Earlier today, the Minecraft Dungeons Hidden Depths DLC was announced and releasing in 16 days. So I am going to be analyzing the little article that they wrote about it, see exactly what features there are. So first, I'm going to look at this little artwork. So we can see that there's going to be some squid armor and a trident for a weapon, and there's going to be like some turtle armor, which looks awesome, and then I guess a coral sword, and there's going to be, and then I think that's glow squid armor, like a golden anchor sword, and then that's more like turtle armor, and then this is interesting that there's a conduit there, so it appears that there's actually going to be a some kind of new artifact, which is cool. Like it's a conduit, and then there's going to be, and then we can see a guardian in the background. So, so we know that there's going to be guardians in it, and then and then we see the glow squids, which you guys are going to exist, and then we see this like mossy skeleton, where in every single DLC they've released so far, or in most of them, in every single one, there's been a new type of skeleton, or no, not in the Howling Peaks one, but in the first one, there's that one that gave you poison. There's that one in the second one that slowed you down. There's none in Howling Peaks, but then in the another one, there was of course a wither skeleton. Then we can also see this drowned king, or is like, and it's not really clear whether that's going to be a new like a new enemy, a new mini boss, or just a new like boss fight. I think there's a good chance that that's going to be a new mini boss. But then another thing, so one of the last things that I'd like to touch on this review is that there's these bubble columns, which might just be like, I guess, ambient things. But it also, you'll notice that they're swimming. And in Minecraft Dungeons, it's mostly walking around, and there's really no vertical action going on. So how would an underwater area go on? And then we can also see that there are going to be drowns, which is kind of something, and dolphins. But then we can see this Elder Guardian, which looks really cool. But also, this is probably a coincidence, but no, it's not, because so this is like an Elder Guardian, I guess, that's like evil, or more evil. And so I wonder what's it going to do? What kind of status effects will it give you? Like what it'll do? And then so it looks really cool. And then since it's purple in almost every single DLC, the final boss of the DLC is a normal mob that's been corrupted by a shard of the Orb of Dominance, and so we see, it's except for the Nether one. So we see in every DLC where there wouldn't be any necessity for that, because of course it's they're just the Nether, so you wouldn't really need to make them eviler than they are. So you can see that it's purple, so it's almost definitely going to be the final boss of it. Then we can go down to the article, where it's being released on May 26th, which is very exciting. It's going to be called Hidden Depths, and you'll have to fight a hidden corruption that, I guess, so it also says something interesting, that you'll have to fight a hidden corruption. Yeah, of course that's a joke, because that's pretty much what it is in every DLC, except for the Nether one, which is basically just explore and find loot. So I wonder how the swimming's going to play out. And then we also see a skeleton. That skeleton has a crossbow, so I guess that's just looking cool. And then that didn't say much about it in the article, but then there's a lot about free content, such as raid captains, which wasn't really elaborated on. It just kind of said that there's going to be a new feature called raid captains that are challenging new enemies that change the way you play the game. And then they lurk in hidden corners of the world. But so, would there be like an exploration aspect where there's like, or are there going to be like new missions that's like find the raid captain, or like maybe there would be some new daily trial kind of thing? Like, so here's how I want it to play out. This is like my what I really how I want it to play out, but it probably won't. So there'd be like kind of a daily trial sort of thing. It'll be similar to that, where there would be like a random level that's picked that would have a new room generated on it, and in that room there would be a like switch you could press, and then or like there would be a hidden level that would only be accessible for that day, and then you could go into that level and it would basically be an enemy gauntlet with the raid captain at the end of it. That's how I hope it plays out, which would be awesome. But then it also says where it's talking about the free stuff, there's going to be not only are there new enchantments and breathtaking new levels, and that's talking about the free content. So what does it mean, breathtaking new levels? Is it like said in a really confusing way that's talking about the DLC release? But there's never been any enchantments that are bound only to the DLC, and I doubt they're ever going to do that. So does that mean that there's going to be new like free levels that aren't like the randomly generated ones, which are still really cool? But it will be cool if there was like a new free like campaign. So yeah, that's this video. Yeah. So yeah, it would be nice if you subscribed. Yeah. So it would be cool if So tell me in the comments what kind of stuff you hope is going to be in the DLC. So yeah, see you in the end of this video. Bye.